Dhardon Sharling.
Tashidelek, good morning. I'm both honored and humbled to be standing in front of all of you, especially in front of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the global icon of peace, the light for all Tibetans, 6 million Tibetans, and my personal root guru. I'm going to talk about non-violent resistance inside Tibet. Tibet was an independent nation and was invaded by China in 1949. Since then, Tibet came under the military occupation. His Holiness the Dalai Lama was forced to escape into exile, India, with some 80,000 Tibetans following him. When they first arrived in India, as you see in this picture, they literally had nothing. They had to overcome insurmountable challenges to build a refugee community. Today, the Central Tibetan Administration is a democratic institution and administers Tibetans in over 30 countries and represents the aspirations of Tibetans inside Tibet. Tibet is of central importance to the Chinese government, and China's policies of control over Tibet emerge from their economic and political interest. China wants complete control over Tibet, but Tibetans inside Tibet have been resisting the brutal repression with waves of uprising, be it in 1959, the late 1980s, and in 2008. All these uprisings have been met with brutal repression and violent crackdown. In 2008, in the lead up to the Beijing Olympics, Tibetans all over Tibet started protesting, and the violent crackdown that followed became a turning point in the history of nonviolent resistance in Tibet. Every family in Tibet had a victim of state violence. Yet, today, there is a new, young, and bold resistance taking place inside Tibet like never before. I want to tell you about one such strategic nonviolent resistance that continues to take place inside Tibet to show how Tibetans deploy strategic nonviolence to make change. Chinese exploitation of Tibetan natural resources has led to protests across Tibet. Since 2009, it is reported that there have been more than 32 large-scale mining-related protests inside Tibet. In 2016, on May 31, around 2,000 Tibetans gathered in front of a sacred mining site called Gonyoklari in Amchok in eastern Tibet. They were protesting against mining on the sacred mountain, and they were calling for the protection of the people, protection of the land, and protection of the environment. This protest was significant, not because the mining site was sacred and not only because of the environmental damage, but this is a nomadic area. And mining on such sites would be detrimental to the very existence of these people. 3 Tibetans committed self-immolation on this mining site. One of them, Tsultrim Gyatso, in his note, cited unbearable agony caused by mining on the sacred land. So whether the Tibetans are protesting in numbers or alone, singing songs, boycotting Chinese goods, keeping their language and identity alive, Tibetans continue to put China's rule to test. Tibetans have time and again proven that non-violent resistance is not the same as passiveness. Friends, though much of the world would want to believe that Tibet is a lost cause, given China's rising dominance, I want to tell you all that this is not true. In this room, we have with us Golok Jigme, right here. Golok, when I talked about the 2008 uprisings in Tibet, Golok Jigme was in Tibet in 2008, organizing side by side with our brothers and sisters in Tibet. A filmmaker and an activist, Golok Jigme was arrested thrice by the Chinese government because of his involvement in the Tibetan freedom movement. And all of us thought that he had disappeared. But today he's here with us. Golok Jigme. Ever since his escape into exile, he has been traveling the world crusading for the cause of Tibet. If Golok Jigme has not given up, we cannot either. Friends, Tibetans in Tibet are finding new ways of resistance even after 60 years of repression. If Tibetans in Tibet who are risking death and arrest and have not given up, we cannot lose hope either. We need to support them with the freedom that's available to us. When Tibetans are using or upholding non-violence as the core principle underpinning their struggle, we need to support them with action from here in Germany. Our friends have also shown us that change is possible, be it the Solidarność in Poland, and Otpor in Serbia, and ICAN for nuclear disarmament. Non-violence has the potential to make fundamental change. For Tibetans inside and outside Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama is the national symbol of hope, of our identity, of resistance and resilience. With the blessings of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and treading the path of non-violence, let us all make a change. Join us. Thank you.